What 2 to 3 protocols, habits, mindsets, maybe we can call them shortcuts because everybody loves that, to longevity and a long health span can you share?
I'd say I'm going to be selfish and call out the one that is most beneficial for me. And that's not because it mobilizes fatty acids. It's not because it helps stabilize blood sugar or helps with the browning of the fat to make us more metabolically active. And that's ice baths. I do it every single morning. I know it's like the trendy thing now, but I've been doing this since I started when I was in college, studying international health and sports therapy back in '96. For me, it is all about vagal nerve stimulation, vagal nerve toning. I feel so much more emotionally stable throughout the day. And if I'm going to be a little less reactionary in circumstances, because I am definitely more of an anxious individual, I am definitely more sympathetic dominant, more dopamine dominant. If I can balance that out a little bit better, then I'm going to do it. And ice baths are the number one thing that has done that for me and a lot of my clients. Luckily, I've got one of those ice baths that's always cold, so I'll do it 3 minutes in the morning. If I feel like I need to jump in there again later in the day, then I'll jump in there again in the day. And that's been the number one biohack for me. You know, I get asked all the time, what are your top 5? Now, there's another one called the Human Regenerator, but that's a $120,000 machine that's not accessible for a lot of people. So for me, it's something that's accessible for everybody, and that is cold thermogenesis. You don't have an ice bath, make sure that you get the cold water on your neck, on your inguinal nodes, your lymphatic nodes, your occipital nodes. Really, really does help. It's a love-hate relationship, of course, but you know, once you do it, and I think we need to do hard stuff in the morning because we know with society and technology making our lives easier, we're getting sicker, we're getting fatter. Start off with hard stuff in the morning and everything else will be easier following. And it's like having a shot of caffeine in the morning when you jump in that ice bath as well.
You just mentioned caffeine. Do you drink coffee or tea in the morning or do you, nope?
No, because I know that my cortisol levels are quite spiked in the morning. And if I have caffeine, I'm going to spike it even more. So I stay away from caffeine.
I did learn that same kind of process or thought process related to cortisol. This is from a guy named Anthony Kunkel. He's a 2-time US ultra running champion. He does use caffeine. I don't even think he's drinking coffee. He's probably just taking pills. He's very kind of optimized, but pointed out, hey, that coffee, that first cup of coffee should be much later in the day than you think because your body's got a natural process for waking up. That's that cortisol spike. And then when that's coming down, maybe that's the time to have a cup of
Yeah,
coffee.
for sure. If you're going to work out around midday or something and you want to have caffeine, perfect, then that's great. You know, just a sidestep there, coffee is one of the most contaminated products in the world, bar none. You know, there's a lot of mold, mycotoxins that is found in the majority of coffees out there. So it's very important that you do have something that is like shade grown, a single origin that's grown at a high altitude as well. You know, obviously organic, because there's so many mold toxins in there that can affect a lot of people. So buyer beware when it comes to coffee, because when we go to McDonald's, we know what we're getting. When we get coffee, we don't think we're getting something that could potentially be a neurotoxin.